Scary, scary skeletons will wake you with a
So I have finally landed back in England and gotten over my jet lag. And that is why it's taken me so long to put this top 5 together, so I wanted to do something a little bit different with this one. Number 1, I wanted to include products that I don't think you guys have seen in other people's top 5s. For example, when I've seen these top 5 videos or the best of CES, you've seen things like LG's Rollable TV, and I want to try and include things that you guys might not have seen or might not know about. And number 2, tech for me is all about pushing us forward as a humanity. So the things in my list are going to be things that we want to have in our futures. Let's start out at number 5. No particular order. Put your hands together for Fortius. This is most definitely one of the most incredible things I saw at CES. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are saying. Alex, Fortius was here last year. Yes, but last year he only had like 3 sensors instead of 5, and also last year he wasn't Guinness World Record approved. So now Fortius can train Guinness World Record standard of ping pong. How awesome is that? Now, I do have a full-on dedicated video coming of me playing with the Fortius robot. I actually got some time set aside to actually play with it and put it through its paces, but right off the bat, it's definitely making my list. A robot that is able to play games with you is my ideal for technology merging with humanity. The way this thing returned the serves was absolutely incredible to watch. And even the way it served itself, it had a little robot arm that would come out, pick up the ball, throw it, and then the bat would hit the ball straight over to the other side of the court for me to return it. Now, 1 year later, not only is it Guinness World Record approved, but it's also approved to actually give you tips, as to which, for whatever reason, I mean, I'm not bragging here, I must just be a really good ping pong player, it couldn't really give me any.
There's nothing that can advise.
Now, Omron, the company behind Fortius is the robot's name. Omron do not actually make this and sell it. What they do is make all of the parts. So technically, if you wanted, you could buy all of the parts from Omron and put this together yourself with your own custom software. Maybe they'll release this in the future. Coming in at number 4, we've actually got FIBARO. Now, FIBARO have kindly sponsored this video and some other videos on the channel, and I've also got a dedicated video about what these guys are doing. And when they reached out to sponsor, I was like, hell yes, because these guys are leading the smart home game right now. I'm not sure if you guys have seen my dedicated video, but I'll drop a link to it in the description. Essentially, FIBARO, well, as a company, they ooze smart home. They absolutely love it, and therefore, I love them, because I love smart homes. Alexa, set the lights to red. So essentially, one of FIBARO's main goals is to unify all of the smart home tech. So as I demonstrated in my other video, when you've got lights from, let's say, Philips Hue and then some lights from LifeX, those are 2 different apps on your phone, and that gets super confusing. Well, FIBARO actually makes some hardware which can tie all of this together. One of them, my favorite, the button, you can assign this to anything and stick it essentially anywhere because it's wireless. And you click it and it can make pretty much anything happen. It can make the blinds go down, can turn the lights a certain colour. It's wicked. And yeah, the lights are now red. They also made a really cool wall switch as well called the Wally, and essentially this is a normal light switch, but it looks like it's from the future, and you can also do numerous things in it. As well as turning your lights on and off, you can also brighten and dim the lights. You can also turn on certain scenes with a combination of presses, and it actually has a functional LED ring around the light switch, which you can tie to if this then that, and let's say your Uber arrives, it can flash when your Uber's here. They make some totally awesome products and have some totally awesome smart home ideas, that many in fact that I've done a dedicated video on them, so I'm not going to ramble on about them too much, so go and check out that video because it's super, super cool. Moving on to number 3. Say hello to Hava Surf. This is awesome. Now, as you can probably imagine, their stand at CES was really busy, so unfortunately I didn't get to speak to a representative about it, but what I did manage to do was gather together a little bit of information and some cool shots to show you guys what the hell this thing is. So essentially, this is a drone that can carry people. It's a glorified helicopter that doesn't have any sort of combustion engine, but much rather electric engines. It can fly up to 40 minutes when it's in drone mode. I assume that means when there's nobody inside it, so that means this thing could possibly be piloted remotely. But when people are inside it, and I think it can seat up to 6 or something like that, a short taxi will take you anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes with the pilot on board as well. It takes up to 2.5 hours to charge the thing from 0 to 100, and it is passively cooled, so it means it uses the actual air pressure above and below the blades of the copter to cool itself down. Like, this it just screams future to me. Now, the actual copter itself looked completely awesome. Now, I'm not sure if this is just for show, but it had some absolutely awesome lights around it. The cabin, from what I could see, unfortunately didn't get to go inside, did look so cool. Now, coming in at number 2, we've got something from the LG booth. But like I said, everybody and their dog knows about the new LG rollable TV. I mean, heck, the LG rollable TV was even at CES last year. Now, as well as LG releasing some brand new laptops that I really want to check out, their new Gram line, and some new monitors, which unfortunately won't be coming until Q3 of this year, they had a really awesome projector that I really want. Let me explain. So this is the LG Cinebeam Laser 4K, model number HU85L. Now, this is a 4K projector that has 2,500 lumens, and you can put it 7 inches away from the wall that you want to project on. So yes, this is a super short throw projector. Now, don't get bored, this thing actually won a CES award, and let me tell you why. So you can get yourself up to a 90-inch 4K screen by putting the thing just as little as 2.1 inches away from the wall. And then if you want to go even bigger than that, and yes you can go up to 120 inches, you're gonna have to move the thing back to 7.1 inches. And overall, this just made me really excited for the future of home cinema. All of you guys know I'm wanting to build a home cinema at my house, so this could be a big contender. I've never really been a fan of short throw projectors up until now, but this one really caught my attention. Imagine building a custom desk and having it flush mounted into it. You see where I'm going with this? So when you guys hear the words graphics performance and CPU performance, you're probably thinking something along the lines of a Core i9 and a 2080 Ti. I think that's everybody's dream build, right? Imagine if that was in a computer the size of this. Welcome to the Corsair One for 2019. Now, the Corsair One is not a new concept and not a new computer, but they have the second generation of the Corsair One out right now, released here at CES. And my boy, will this thing chew. The only other computer manufacturer that comes to mind when I think of something in this form factor is obviously Apple's iMac Pro, and that is, well, quite outdated now, so Corsair are really killing the game here. They've got numerous different versions of their brand new computer. One of them being a more gaming focused one with still the old black shell, but this new one with the grey shell is actually their productivity version, which is great for running things like Premiere and Adobe After Effects. I want. Now, they also had a torn down version so you can see inside of this. Corsair haven't got anything to hide here. Now, this one that actually was torn open actually had an 18-core processor in it. Are you mad? You can see all of their custom cooling architecture. On the left-hand side, they had things like the RAM, the hard drives, the NVMe drives, and the CPU cooler. And on the right side, they had the custom GPU cooler and the 2080 Ti GPU. This thing is going to lead the way in performance computing for as far as I can see at this form factor. But there you guys go, those are my highlights from CES, guys, and please bear in mind those are the things that I have liked here. They may not have been the most coolest things at CES, but they're definitely the things that are going to be leading the way in the future as far as I can see, if some of these things make it to the mass market. But for now, guys, my name's been Alex, thanks FIBARO for sponsoring my CES content, and we shall catch you in the next one. Adios. Guys, if you want to check out my dedicated video on the FIBARO smart home, then that is right there, and there's some other relatable content below that. And if you guys aren't subscribed to TechFlow and want to be kept in the loop with juicy tech, click subscribe.